Hey guys, this is Paul here with LP Cubing, and we're here with another unboxing from the Lubicle.us. Now what we're going to be unboxing today is an MF3RS2, which is an update on the original MF3RS, and a QiYi Sail, which is a budget 3x3 that we're going to be using for a mod. So anyway, let's get into this. Okay, so now this is the QiYi Sail 3x3, and it is looking really nice. And in here, we have the MF3RS2. So let's just go ahead and start with the QiYi Sail. Now the box opens really easily, and right away, inside here we have a little paper, which is basically just tutorials on how to solve the cube. And if we look here, we have a little QiYi sticker, and now onto the first turns. Now, whoa. And just, that is super nice, very smooth. It is really dry, so that is what should be expected with these cubes, because these cheaper cubes are not always factory lubed. Now, we are not going to be lubing this just yet, because we're going to be testing Lubicle Black out on this. So a review of that should be coming your way in the near future. And there is a bit of flash on this cube, but that's not really an issue. Now this puzzle is a bit catchy, but this isn't a higher end speed cube, so once again, that's really acceptable. I just love how solid this puzzle is. It does feel like a budget cube, but at the same time, it does not feel cheap. So I really like this one, definitely better than the WeiLong, and this is what we are going to be using for all of our future mods, because it's just so nice. Okay, now on to the highlight of the video, which is the MoFang JiaoShi MF3RS2. Now, I've heard that this feels like a WeiLong, and for just $7, that is incredible. I've heard also that this is better than the MF3RS. So I did do a bit of damage to the box here. There we go. Here is our cube. And over here we have an instruction pamphlet, nothing really too special. And here is our cube. Now, the original MF3RS was awesome. Like, it feels nothing like a budget cube. And I've heard this is even better. So I have very high hopes for it. Now, it is a bit dirty, there is a bit of dust and grime on it, and it looks like there's a particularly large piece of flash in there, but this is a budget cube, so can you really complain? On to first turns, and just wow. This is not lubed, but it feels just so amazing. Like, this doesn't feel like a budget 3x3 at all. This feels like a higher end speed cube. Now the corner cutting is not as nice, but it's very tight, so that really helps explain it. Now reverse is even lower, like less than a QiYi, but once again, that is probably because of the poor tensions of this puzzle. This is definitely the best budget cube out there, and I will also be testing out Lubicle Black on this in the future. Now, corner twisting, it's near impossible. Like, I don't even want to try doing it. Now, let's pop a piece out just to see what the mech looks like. Now, this is a very different design from the MF3RS version 1. Now we have a rather wide end here, and we have some grooves here. Now onto our corner. This corner is a lot different from everything else. We have these really sharp ends here, a fairly sharp corner stock. Corner stock that is a lot longer than the corner stock on the original MF3RS, and this really strange end here. Now this is how the two pieces fit together, and yeah, those are the pieces. Now I said this puzzle was not lubed before, but I was wrong. This puzzle does have factory lube on it, but the lube does practically nothing. This is still very dry and very sandy.
Okay, this is Luke here, and I'm going to be going ahead and checking out the QiYi Sail. This isn't really anything much, just we got it from mods, so I thought we'd go ahead and showcase it. Well, I guess I already went ahead and did first turns. And whoa, for budget 3x3, this is really nice. It's super smooth. It feels a bit sandy and a bit dry, as Paul said before, but of course we're going to be testing out Lubicle Black on this, as it has just been released. Let's go ahead and check out corner cutting. Okay, that's a little bit on the terrible side. Of course it is super tight. Let me go ahead and tension this puzzle and I'll be right back. Alright, so I tensioned it, and as I was tensioning this, I don't know if you can see, but it is very tricky to get the center caps off because there is nothing there like a divot like most cubes have that you can like put your fingernail under to pop them out. I was able to get a couple of them out by hand, but most of them I had to use a knife, or you could use a screwdriver or something like that to get them out. After tensioning it, I didn't want to loosen it that much because I am using it for mod. Corner cutting is better, but it really won't go to 45, and I don't really want to loosen it much more than this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the mechanism. I'm actually pretty curious. Alright, I was able to get this edge piece out. Yeah, that's pretty unique. I haven't really seen anything like that before. Of course, I've never owned a QiYi Sail either because I don't really see a purpose in budget 3x3s, unless for mods. But yeah, it has a wider base like this, pretty skinny. Yeah, I can't really describe it. Let's take a look at a corner. Corner looks pretty generic, really short stock, so nothing that special here. So this cube is pretty generic. Pretty nice budget 3x3. I would definitely recommend it, but not really a whole lot to say about it. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and check out the MF3RS2, and I'm really excited for this because I've heard only good about it, and I absolutely love the original MF3RS. And yes, this is pretty tight, but just go ahead on first turns. The thing that I'm noticing right off the bat is that it is a lot more sluggish than the original one, and catching is quite a bit of an issue, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and check out corner cutting. Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad. The original one had some pretty good corner cutting, but once again, this thing is pretty tight. Let me go ahead and tension it. Alright, so I went ahead and tensioned it, and corner cutting is not really that much better. It'll do 45 on some sides with a lot of effort, and it really doesn't impress me as much as the original MF3RS did. It's a lot more sluggish, and it just doesn't feel as good. And I don't really understand this at all because I've heard great things about it. I've heard it's a lot better. It's more expensive, so you just expect it to be better. But I'm not really experiencing any of the things that really attracted me to the original MF3RS in this puzzle. So this is overall a pretty big disappointment. I feel if I really lubed it and tensioned it, it would become a lot better. If I put in DNM37 or Lubicle 1, it would really take care of the speed issue. We're going to lube these when we test out Lubicle Black. So although it is just $8, it still is a very nice puzzle. I just feel like that it doesn't really stand out as much as a really different puzzle from the original MF3RS. I also have a Cubicle Labs magnetic version of this puzzle coming in, and I'm really excited to check that out and see how well it will perform.
Now anyway, this cube has been lubed with Lubicle Black, and I heard it is 1,000,000 times better now. So I am super excited to see how it feels. Oh my. This does feel like a WeiLong. Corner cutting is 45 degrees now. There was absolutely zero changes in the tensions. This wasn't even disassembled. Yet this somehow improved the corner cutting. I am just super pleased with this. This does not feel like a budget cube at all. And I can safely say that this is far better than the MF3RS version 1. And that this is definitely the best budget cube you can get. This is the puzzle that every beginner cuber should own, that everyone should learn to cube on. This is the perfect puzzle for pretty much anyone who needs a good puzzle for a low price. Now the QiYi Sail has also been lubed with Lubicle Black, and whoa, it is still not as good as the MF3RS2. It is still quite catchy, but this is so much faster, so much smoother. It's buttery smooth. Just like the MF3RS2, it is now buttery smooth. It is so much faster, and really, also, corner cutting has improved greatly. It'll now easily cut 45 degrees. Now, this is also a very good 3x3 for its price at $5. And of course, the MF3RS version 1, which is pretty much just as expensive, is far better. This is still really good for shape mods. And I just love this cube.
I have just lubricated this puzzle with Lubicle Black when I was also recording my review of it, and it has improved tremendously. All the problems that I had with it are essentially gone. It is really speedy, the sandiness is practically gone, and this is really feeling like what I was expecting it to. It feels more like a WeiLong, and I'm really glad that my first impressions were wrong. I'm really glad that this cube ended up being a terrific puzzle. Although it does have some design changes to the original MF3RS, and it is more expensive, it really doesn't feel that much different. It does feel a little bit nicer, but I'm not really sure if it's worth it. I am definitely happy with this cube in the end. I have also just lubricated the QiYi Sail with Lubicle Black, and it performed so much nicer after I have lubed it. It is still a budget cube with just $5, so it can only go so far, but all of the issues that I did have with it are essentially gone. It is no longer sandy, it is extremely speedy, and is also a very excellent budget puzzle.
Now, in conclusion, they're both very great puzzles, but if you were to choose between the two, of course you would want the MF3RS2. So, that is about all we have for this video, and thank you for watching.